All right, trying to get this all set up here to show you what I got going on. Give me 1 second while I'm unplugging this battery here. Dang, this thing ain't doing what I needed to do, which is charge faster. All right, give me 1 second to go over here and pull up my live. Make sure the volume is down. So I'm gonna be moving in and out with this thing to try to. I need to get it charged faster, but so that's the SP, the Roland, and this the MPC. Was dope. And this is cool, especially for quick little beats and stuff like that. You could even mute stuff, right? If you hold shift and then just touch whatever you want to mute, depending on what bank you're on. Let me turn my volume back on the speaker here. It's super easy with the out just to record. You could actually do it with the USB. So this is my shakers. And then I'm going to this bank. And then so I don't know why, but it muted everything here. This is where it gets challenging. It's trying to figure out what in the world. Like I know my drums are over here, but it looks like they must have disappeared. Real basic. Turn the So I made a beat before this. Now I will say this: one of the things I dislike, you can shift right and have everything to stick in there for your patterns, but I notice sometimes like it'll lose my patterns. I'm like, what? So I don't get it. This thing to me is better. Like one of my favorite things about it is this, just the way it sounds. Reminds me of when I had the PO33. The sound in the PO that comes out of the PO33 with a sample on it sounds really good. So for me, I think this device is more useful when I want to just put a sample through it and I want that kind of old 202 vibe, 303 kind of vibe on it. But because you can't pass audio through it, which I wish they would change, you pretty much are stuck with playing everything either out into something, which is what I did here. So check this out. Here's MPC. So I did this and I did this use the beat using this, and then I went in and added some keys, some roads I played. What's good? What's good? Crazy Wabbit. Let me take this Bluetooth out so it don't pick up. because otherwise the phone or something will pick it up. Let's add a new plugin. Leave that at 16, drop the sample rate down to 14.7. So this is a using the sample rate thing in here. I don't like it as much, but it is what it is. Yeah. So I was trying to like Airfly Lo-Fi. It's alright. It's not good though. Compared to what this thing is doing, sounds like this thing sounds phenomenal. I mean, that's the selling point for me is does it sound good? Because I don't care how fancy it is, you know, hence this thing is more expensive, more fancy. If you don't doctor it up, it doesn't sound as good. It sounds real generic to me. So you got to go in and get some. Maybe if I do the Airfly, the Flavor Pro, let me see what I can do with this one. I got some other stuff in here. Let's do some presets, retro, saturate the highs. Yeah, that ain't it. I don't know. It's okay. It's useful, I guess, but it doesn't sound as. I don't feel like it sounds as good as when I hear stuff through here. It just has something about it. I can't describe it. What's up, Meerkat? Good combo. Yes. Sounds matter versus build quality for that matter. Absolutely, Crazy Rabbit. So don't let yourself be fooled. If you think sound don't matter, it does matter. Because the ear, that's what we hear. And we want to, it's not just, you can make a song out of anything, but if it don't sound good to you, you're not going to like it. So this little thing, way cheaper than this, a fourth of the cost, a fifth of the cost, is to me just the sound, and it is phenomenal. I mean, the only problem I have with this going out into here, I have to be on an audio track to be able to hear it, and I'm not sure why that's the case, because I feel like I didn't have to do that before. I felt like when I had it before, I could just. Can y'all even see this thing in there? Yeah, let me zoom. I'm gonna zoom out a little bit. Oh, I guess I can. There, just a little bit so you see it. So for me, those gritty sounds, those kind of crunchy drums sound way better. And that's what you're hearing when I play this. Drums from here, recorded into here. Now imagine if I take those pianos from here. Now this is where I have to get better at it. But let's say I take these pianos and I run it back through this machine and then send it back in there. Right? Plastic, aluminum, built like a thing. Who cares? People get caught up in image when in the reality is you want something that touches you, that feels good when you hear it, and it's just like, oh, it just moves you. And that's what music was about. And I'm not going to get into a war about what sounds better to each individual, because some people like that real ice picky synthy sounds and stuff like that. I just can't do it. Like I need warmth. I need to feel like it's like when I hear it, it's like instant. Like, oh man, this feels amazing. That's what I like in music. I'm not assuming people with my gear. Assaulting people. Yeah, yeah, assaulting people. Yeah, nobody. Listen, I don't take anything offensive when it comes to gear or stuff like that. This does not affect my life, me living, or anything. So nobody, when we talk about gear, should be getting all upset about a piece of gear. It's here today, gone tomorrow. It's not important. It's not more important than your family. It's not more important than your life. It's just a tool to use. If you like the way it sounds, cool. If you don't, cool. It's whatever. All I'm saying is, for me, this sounds good. And when I hear those drums, they sound better than any drums I've done in the MPC. Now, you can color your stuff in the MPC. If you know what you're doing, I'm sure you can go deep in, but I didn't even have to do that much work. I literally put them in and just turned them to the 14.7 setting for the lo-fi, and I didn't even have the lo-fi on. So like if I turn on the lo-fi setting and then play these, so I didn't it adds a little more to it. You don't really need it on though, because if you just sample it at a lower setting, at a sample rate, it sounds really good. And that's where these come from. You could say the P-6 as an external instrument in Ableton Live with the selected effects chain as a instrument rack. Yeah, if I'm reading you, Mirror Cat, I love your stuff because you super like precise. So I'm just gonna read it again and say it. What I think you're saying is, yes, you can plug this in directly to Koala, or you can plug it in directly into the computer and use it and use. I'm thinking that's what you're saying, and use it. Wait, what'd you say? And live with a selected effects chain as an instrument rack. Tried it today with my Roland J6, works well. I need to see that, Meerkat, because I think I'm reading it, but I'm not getting it. But I bet it's something cool, whatever you're saying. I know it's early. How are you feeling day 2? Okay, so day 2, I'm feeling way better. It still is early. I haven't even chopped the sample in here. All I've done is load kicks, drums, put them on a lower, man, goodness, stay still. Put them on a lower effect rate. But I'm having to say day 2 is way better. I thought not being able to see the wave in here was going to affect me and being able to adjust samples. And it does have a little effect. It takes some time to get used to, but it's not nearly as bad as I thought it was going to be. Oh, and then I did a video recently, the manual on the HTML, which is the web version of the manual. You can see everything just fine. It's just the PDF version that's bad. And I think Crazy Wabbit mentioned that, which is why I went back and looked at it. Yes, the menus are a bit frustrating. Yes, I would have loved the screen to be just even if it's going to be small, just be a basic screen where you could like kind of like with the Ableton, with the Novation has a little bitty screen up there where I could see the words. It's mostly because of the words. These little letters are weird looking. If I knew what the words were, it wouldn't bother me at all. But for the price, I mean, $220, I mean, it ain't what you expect. You can't have too much expectation. One of the things that was confusing in here, and I fixed it, but now I still don't remember what I did, was, okay, there's a step loop button. I don't know if you can see that. See if I can put it a little closer for you. Below the pattern button is a step loop button, right? And what was confusing, okay, was I don't understand this lingo, what's going on. So I'm gonna have to read this a little more. But here, so trying to find out how many, so this button here, you go to it with the shift held down and you can adjust how many bars are going to be in it. Because when I got it initially, it was 64 steps. And the problem with 64 steps is I don't really know what step I'm on. Like, because it'll only show you the one step, the first one, and you'll never see it go to the other ones. It doesn't follow through the different ones. So that's a bit confusing. So I have to page through them and it gets annoying. So what I figured was if you make a 1 bar loop, then you can always go back and then duplicate that bar and then just drop out the parts you want. If that's what you want to do, it's up to you. It's a little confusing, but overall, I mean, that's just a sequencer, right? You just got to get used to using a sequencer. And I'm not the best at sequencing drums, but you could, you could, right? Sit there and play it in if you wanted to. What's up, SimCity? If I had to pick one to use forever, chorus, phaser, flanger, or flangus. Not sure what flangus is. Pick one to use forever. Oh, if I had to pick one to use of those effects, oh, I'm going with chorus. I think it would be the most useful for what I would do. You would go chorus too? Yeah, chorus is definitely. I mean, this thing has a lot of effects on it too. The vinyl crackles on there. The isolator is on there. You just gotta get used to holding it. It's just like the SP, lo-fi, flanger. The compressor's kind of nice. But if I'm being honest, see that's a bit that's all zero. Turn it off. So I think the compression is nice. Of course, the lo-fi. But personally, what this thing, the reason I got it was to run the samples through it and get those different sample rates. The sequencer is just a bonus, in my opinion. I would honestly, I think having the sequencer is really nice, and I'm going to use it. This is how I did this beat here. But I would be okay with having something like this device where it just has that sample rate change. And I know you can get software. I've talked about it. Tone boosters. I've talked about the MPC has one, right? That I showed you guys just a few minutes ago that you can put on. It's called Air Lo-Fi. Air Lo-Fi has the bit rate, the sample rate, but it don't sound good. I'm gonna be honest, it just doesn't sound good to me. Sample rate down. You could do that 50%. You could adjust it down to the 14.7. Hit shift. But you got to understand all this other stuff to make it work. There's a lot more work involved in this. And it just sounds kind of, still doesn't have a, I don't like the way it sounds, if I'm blatantly honest. It doesn't sound good. Yes. And if you're an MPC head who knows how to tweak those things, or you just really know what you're doing, more power to you. I don't. And I don't like spending a lot of time trying to tweak settings or tweak parameters to get the sound. I'm more interested in playing the music than I am doing all that. So for me, something that's quick and to the point. Now, the other option I was looking at was the Chroma console that we talked about. It doesn't have that sample rate change, but I know it can add a lot of grit and distortion and different things to your sound. Is my focus fixed and blurred? You said focus fixing. That's weird because I'm looking at it on screen. Are you guys not? Let's see. Can you guys? Your focus is fixed and blurry. Weird. I'm gonna have to move the camera just to see if it's, because I feel like it's not moving or something. Yeah, I'm not sure, man, because it looks good here on my end. I looked at the camera just now. That's why I moved the camera just to see it. You might leave out of the stream and then come back and refresh it. I mean, when yeah, the lighting changes when I do that. I had to put it back on there. Try interesting because I didn't really change anything. I just moved the camera a little bit. Maybe that was helpful. Okay, back to talking about this because all right, so um, okay, yeah, you know what? Sometimes YouTube is like that. I try to do my best with it, but I have to use my camera right now until I can afford something that's more that's a little bit better. But I see these guys get all these cameras and some of them have it down pat, but when they're doing the live stream, they still be having problems with OBS and all these different things. And I'm just like, yeah, I'd rather just keep it simple. The simpler I am, the better for me because it's too much to figure out. And I'm not like super techie like that, unfortunately. Drop down to 144p. What is 144p? You talking about the sample rate on this or you talking about something on the camera? Yeah, yeah. Unfortunately, we're not getting paid. I mean, of course, every time somebody clicks on your video, hits the likes, that helps. But yeah, we're not getting paid. It's like petty money. Like let's put it like this: in a month or two of doing these videos, and I could do one every day, or even maybe a couple every day. I might have enough by the end of that. If everybody clicks every video, hits like, and watches the video all the way through, I might have enough to buy something for about 150 bucks, 200 bucks, like one plug-in or one little small device. That's it. Unless you're getting 1,000, unless you get millions of views or something on small channels, you're not getting views enough to spend a bunch of money to make it justified. You're just blowing money until you get somewhere where you got millions of views. And people say, well, you should edit. But here's my problem with editing. Editing requires me to stop my full-time job to do all these videos. You wouldn't get but one video a week, if that, if I was editing. So I'm definitely not interested in that. Yeah, pack of gum, exactly. Crazy Rabbit, you understand. Editing takes time. It takes a lot of money and time. You got to invest in other gear. You got to do different camera angle. It's just too much work for no money. Hey, DiBiase, what's up, man? Good to see you. Yeah, you were a big influence on me getting this guy because when I heard your sound, I was like, oh my gosh, that sounds so good. But yeah, I'm telling you the truth that the editing of these videos is bogus. Most of the time, people don't even watch the whole video. And unless you got videos where like you're a big time corporate place where there people watch, like if you got Roland or if you got Akai or something like that, yeah, people are watching it for sure because it's the big company. But you're not gonna get that with small videos hardly. It takes a lot to do that. There's guys been on here for 10 years and they barely getting $600-700 a month off this stuff. Been doing it for 10 years. So it's definitely not that easy. The viewer has the easy work. Yeah, that's true. Speak the facts on that. So I'm still learning this thing. Again, the sample rate is the reason why I got it because of that quality of sound. I adore these drums coming from here. And the one thing I haven't tried yet is that I'm interested in doing is trying to see if I can sequence using the MPC. I know you can do it. I'm sure you can do it. It's a lot of work to figure out, and I'm still learning the basics of this thing. But these are some jazz. I need to eventually edit videos, but the live videos is the only option for now. Yeah. You know, one thing you can do with editing that, well, it doesn't require a lot of editing is just record small clips of videos and then you don't have to chop up a whole thing of footage. You could just record a part, stop, and record, and then piece those pieces together. That's a quick editing tool you could do, and LumaFusion is pretty easy with that. Just record a bunch of clips. Like here's the first step of how you do this, and then do it, record it, and then that's a quick way to skip out on all the extra editing. Hey, I saw your video for the on the editor for P6. I'm with you. If you could do that on the iPad, yeah, man. If you could put the editor for the Roland for this on the iPad or even the iPhone, being able to load the samples is so much faster. Plus, you can change the rate, and you have zero snap in there. It's super easy. What's up, Ali Star? Good to see you, man. I wonder if you can use sequence the sample pads externally. As you said, MPC are able to in piano roll. You can definitely do. DiBiase did that on his video using the. I think he had the OPZ. So you can use other stuff. Are you talking about that, or are you talking about using like Ableton to sequence this? I'm sure you could. It's just figuring out how you're gonna do it. Still learning, man. Still learning, Ali Star. Yeah, thank you, man. Or DiBiase puts out some really good streams, makes good music on this stuff. So here's some jazz drums from One Shot. If you guys got One Shot, it's like a studio kit. That's recorded in at the, I think it's not the 40. What did I do at 40? 22. I think 22 kilohertz, and then these samples are at the 14. So I got that, and then I have some shakers. So what I decided I want to do is I want to get some, instead of sampling in drums all the time, I just want to make 4 of my banks dedicated to just drums, percussion. So I don't have to do all that all the time because it's quite process in my opinion to keep some drums in there that I'm going to, and I typically use the same drums anyway half the time. I don't use a ton of different kits. And then use a top, these 4 banks up here will be just for samples once I learn how to sample chop on here. I know it's like shift sample edit voice, but I haven't really messed with it to be honest with you. But I wanted to see how this sound going into the MPC because I saw DiBiase do it and I was like, yeah, I gotta try that. So I added some chords in using one of the pianos in here. Yeah, Ali, you did a great job on that video too. That looked good. And the fact that you're running 2 of them in is crazy. I like that. It was nice. And the mixer, yeah, the mixer, I saw that on the desk when you were doing it. That's great. I'm glad that works because I was thinking about if I wasn't running this right into the MPC, I thought about doing that for the MacBook, just putting something there where you could hook whatever you want into it and just send it out. That'd be pretty cool. The P-6 would actually be cool as a vocal sample player if you had some cool vocal packs. Absolutely. DiBiase, you need equal 2-bar or 4-bar loops to use the auto chop correctly. Yeah, you know what? That's the problem too. Yeah, it's stuff like that. So you pretty much, you might as well just, unless you just really want the tedious work of having to like record in and make it. It would be nice if they made it where it would be a perfect loop. Like you set, kind of like with the SP, you set a loop and you just record in and it cuts and it loops at the however many bars. If they added that, it would be nice because at this present point, you got to sample in and then you're going to have to tweak and adjust to get the loops right. And for me, that's a bit of a headache because I could just put a loop either here or use the computer, and I could just throw the loop in and be done with it and then chop. So yeah, I guess you make some loops from the MPC and send those loops back in to this guy right here. But again, if it's not perfect, I don't know if you can set the loop exactly the way you want it. I haven't really tried that yet. So I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to learn more about that. Unfortunately, right now I'm probably, and this microphone thing annoys me on here too. Like if I hit this sample right now, if I better turn this down, because it doesn't just delete the microphone. If I'm not mistaken, that microphone is recording in there. Let me turn it down so I don't blast your eardrums. So can you hear me? Yeah. So the microphone is. So I gotta hit Shift Delete to mute that microphone. This thing keeps saying I need to charge it, but I'm like, I just charged it. Let me grab a battery real quick. See if I can charge it while we're on the stream. All right, cool. Just throw a battery pack on it or something. Anyway, yeah. So I don't know. Like, here's the sample. I'd have to let's pick a bank here with an empty pad. I'm gonna mute this track here on the MPC. Oh man, I'm trying to mute, but I got my thing sitting here. And, oh, there we go. Mute. All right, cool. Then go to this one. Let's do 14.7, and then let's run this through here. We're gonna try this. See, I don't have it synced. If it was synced, I think it might go in perfect, and then I wouldn't have to sit here and do any editing. But I think at present, pick a bank. Oh wait, you know what? I'm tripping. It does do standby. So in order for me to do it, unfortunately, because I don't have, I'd have to run. Let's see, how would I do this? I'd have to use the USB-C or some kind of way. You wouldn't be able to hear it. Do this. Let's see. Wonder if I plug this in. Let's see if I do it this way. See, I don't know how to set the bars on here. Like if I could set the bars and know how much I'm sampling, I don't know if it's going to even sample. All right, it is playing, but I can't obviously hear it. See, it just recorded that, but I don't even know what it recorded because I can't hear it. So unfortunately, delete, done. Let's try it again. Sample. We'll pick the rate. Pick this pad. And I'm going to start it at the beginning. Nope. Pick the pad. Hit record. Okay, now we're here. Okay, so. See, I don't even see how it does me like this. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Now it picks up the recording. It's weird, like, because it doesn't pick up on time. So, delete. Okay, let me see. You got to be precise with the chops or it doesn't work real. Yeah, see, that's the problem. Hit delete button. Yep, that's why I'm deleting this. Hit delete, done. And if everything isn't precise, for me, it's too much hiccup for that to mess up. I'll mess up on the timing if I can't hear it too. Some have said that the battery doesn't seem to last as long as the other compacts. You know what? I have to say you're right. I don't know the other compacts, but it doesn't last as long as I thought. 3 hours, and I haven't really been recording 3 hours, and it'd be already dying on me. You can plug the P-6 to MPC and charge. Oh, interesting. Good point. The only thing is, I don't have. I would need the. I guess I need the other cable because I only have a USB-C to USB-C. So I would need. Do I have another cable like that here? This cable might work. So I could plug. Let's see. Let's plug it in real quick. And then I'm gonna move, so you're gonna see me moving stuff for a little bit here to try to find out where the dang USB-C is. Okay, there we go. Now I got like 30 cables going on. All right, so in order for me to be able to hear what's going on, I'm gonna unplug this one because this is the out and plug in some headphones. Man, it's a lot of work. This is what frustrates me. The sound is amazing, but it's frustrating when you're trying to put samples in this thing because they didn't make an app. Nobody wants to go to the web-based where you have to be on a MacBook or have to. If I got to do all that, it kind of gets frustrating. But anyway, so let's delete this sample. Okay, let's do sampling. Pick a pad. I need to make sure the mic is deleted though. Or off. Check. I'm not seeing that move. Okay, so let's set the lo-fi where we want it. Use P-6 as an interface. Yeah, but I'm trying to charge it right now. So I can't really. You're saying, so you saying I could see, I didn't think it let you pass the sound through it. Make the same editor best. Make it with sample editor is best. Absolutely. I'd rather use the sample editor. I'm 100% agree. High def 84 dB. The machine wizard is here. Yes, he is the machine wizard. I think he can make something sound good on anything. If you go to preferences, select P6. Oh, you're talking about in the editor. Yeah, so the editor, I know I have the editor. I agree with you 100%. If you go to the editor and you put it on, it's way better. But I was trying to just record in what I put here. So I guess I could just use the editor. P6 as an interface. Does it show up in the MPC as a MIDI device? Oh, okay. That's what you're talking about in the MPC. Use it as the... Okay, let me check. Good points. Everybody's making great points. I'll try to check them all. Menu. Preferences. Bluetooth audio device. Not at the moment, it's not. Let me get out a sample and see what that... Hold on, let me see if I can just stop this. Exit. All right. It does not show up as an audio device here. Yeah, that's true. You got to learn as you go. Audio device. Okay, so the P6 is plugged in, right, to the MPC. But as you can see right here on this audio, well, maybe you can't see. Let me move this out of the way. It does not show up in the preferences as an audio device. Now, I know it shows up on the computer very well. You can see it on the computer. Now there's a setting just to charge or use a device. I know that frustrates. I saw that setting and I don't remember even where it was now because there's so much to remember. Because you can't read the screen very well, it makes it kind of challenging to know. But yeah, I don't know. I think, how did I do that? You have to hold down one button and turn it off and then turn it back on, I think is what it is. Is it this one? Yeah, that's it. So you hold down C and then power it back on, and then it will turn it from charging. But the problem is it still doesn't recognize it as a device. I could try a different cable, but this cable is fine as far as I know. Yeah, and it still doesn't. It's interesting because if I plug into the computer, it instantly recognizes it in there, but it just doesn't do it with the MPC, at least here. It's not with this cable. So let's get rid of this cable. We'll assume this is a bad cable just for, and I'll grab the cable in the box for it. This is a different cable because maybe their cable is just special. It's definitely going to be something I will use the editor for. I'm going to try their cable to see if it works better. So give me 1 second while I grab this cable. And it's a long cable too. They don't short you on that. That's for sure. All right. Let's see if I can feel where the... Man, good Lord, where is the... Oh, right there, okay. I'm gonna have to move the MPC again. There we go. All right, so then we'll plug this in. And let's see. Here, let's pull this out. Plug this back in over here. Take the mix out. Take the headphones out so we don't have to deal with that. Did it find it? Nope. Oh, now it did. So I just had to leave off of it. There it is. I was like, wow, this thing is... All right, so it did find it. That's good. I was wondering because I thought it should because it does with the computer. All right, cool. Works on the MPC Live. Hold the exit button down. Tick the box. Tick the box. Yeah, you just had to exit out of it. All right, so now I'm in it. But then I need to get some power, Is it passing the sound through? See, it's not passing the sound through right now. I'd have to figure out why. Do I need to use the mix out to do this? I thought it would just pass the sound through the audio interface portion. Let's make a new track. Maybe put a new audio track here. And do I need to go here and tell it to the IO's input is there, output? Good Lord. No, that's the right output. Check the input. Nothing? Weird. Did I hit the volume down? Nope, the volume's on, speaker's on. Interesting. The Amazon basic cable needs to go back. No, that wasn't an Amazon cable. That was a what is this cable for? Good Lord. I don't know what this cable is for anyway, but it wasn't an Amazon cable. I think it goes to another device I have, but I was just trying it out. Shift menu on the, okay, so shift menu on there, shift menu. I got volume. The sound is going through the P-6 now. Do I need to go to USB? No. Oh, so the sound's going through. Okay, I see what you're saying. So then I need to plug an out to the speaker, is what you're saying. So where's my other cables? Give me a cable. All right, so the sound's going out here. And we'll plug this into the speaker. And, uh-oh, I think we got it. Oh, wait, that's this. Okay. Oh, you're right. Okay, thank you, DiBiase. Appreciate you. P6 line out is where you hear sound now. Okay, so. Excellent. Thank you. P6 is now the interface. That's excellent. All right, so every day and little by little, I'm starting to love it more. The only problem I have right now is, I guess it's charging through here because it's showing red. I'm like, is that charging or is it just... But yeah, it's nice. Okay, cool. So now I can sample, right? Okay, so go to USB-G. USB-G. Okay, there we go. G. Enter. Oh, I see. There we go. Ooh, that's too loud. Boy, it's very loud. Let me turn it down a little bit. Oh, I got the master volume too loud. That's why. I'm gonna put it at 15. That'll give me some play where I can do it. Thank you, DiBiase. Appreciate you. Now I'm gonna exit the menu. Now let's try this sampling thing because I really want to try this so badly. Oops. So I just want to sample these roads that I play in here and see if it works from the MP. Yeah, man. DiBiase knows all this stuff, bro. He's the man when it comes to this. Uh-oh. I wish there was an internal way to turn this microphone off, because I'll be honest, I'm probably never going to use that microphone. Sorry about that blaring sound that just hit your eardrums. Apologies in advance on that. But yeah, for whatever reason, it's... All right. Okay, so let's see if we can pick a pad. Pick a pad. I'm going to sample this one at 220 just to try it, see what it does. I'm going to hit sample. Why is it already picking up? So that's not going to work. I'm going to have to delete that. Hold on a second. All right, so go sample. Do I have to turn the mic off every time I do this, or is it... So check. It should be picking up. So it should be deleted. All right, let's go. Sample. Sample. Hit delete. I'm thinking about getting the exact setup. While on the sample on P-6, if delete button is lit, the mic is off. Okay, so then it's off. Perfect. All right, so now we're going to pick the pad again. And then I want to put it in standby, so that I hit... See, it's immediately going to record. That's a bit frustrating. So why does it do that? Why does it go to record? So if I hit sample, right, and I have the mic off, there's no mic on, there's nothing even coming through the MPC recording, why does it go the threshold? Oh, okay. So then let's see. If I remember right, sync, there's sync. So should I use sync or set the threshold to like -6, you think? I'm not sure what this one is. I forgot. This one I want on stereo. On -24. This is how many bars it is? What is this? Free. We'll just leave that there. Ah, -24 dB or D. Is that right? As much as possible. Okay. Got it. So we'll hit sample again. We'll select the pad. And then sample standby. There we go. Perfect. That's it. Ooh, but it ain't got enough time. So it basically did 2 bars at that rate. So I either have to lower the sample rate or don't do it in stereo. What do you guys prefer? I'll talk to the pros at it. Ali Star and DiBiase. What do you prefer? If you're going to sample something that's 4 bars and I'm sampling at 93, do it in mono. That makes sense. How about you, DiBiase? What you say? Oh, go for 14? So maybe do both? So stereo will be 2 bars. Okay, I got you. So what we'll do is we'll go back in to sample. We'll change it to 14, which is at, and then we'll do mono instead of that. And that should give us, I would imagine, enough time to get 4 bars in. Do I need to set it for 4 bars? Or does it automatically just do 4 bars? Like, what is this? Free? Is that 4 bars when I change it to that? In mono. Got it. So we're definitely going to do mono. We're going to do 14. Have you tried the probability stuff to make changes over 8 and 16 bars? Oh, shoot. Y'all talking big talk. Now I'm going to let y'all pros talk about that. I don't know what in the world y'all talking about. All right, so let's go here. Now we're going to sample. Let's try this again. Put it on. It keeps doing that. Oh, you know what? Maybe it's because it's sitting on this thing and it's triggering it. Hold on 1 second. Let's stop that. We'll delete it. That's exactly what it is. So it's being triggered by this button here. I'm going to put it up here just so it doesn't hit the pad and try it that way. So pardon me while I try this real quick. Make sure it's set at 14. We already changed it to mono. What? Did it not do it? There's nothing there. All right, sample 14. Press that. Standby. Don't do anything. There we go. Perfect. Okay, so that's getting better. That's definitely getting better. I'm gonna stop this. What is that? Oh, is it triggering here too? Hold up. What? That's so weird. So I don't know if we can fix that. I'm gonna put this down here for a second. So it's triggering, like if I hit here, it's triggering a note in the MPC. So weird. Let me see if I have to change the ports maybe. Oh, look, you can control the P-6, can control the instrument if you MIDI in. And if you do all ports, then it, so we'll do MPC keyboard. There we go. That's better. Sorry, the keys be tripping, man. Sometimes you got to figure out that little nuance of stuff. All right, let's see what I'm missing because you guys may be telling me something good. I'm sure you are. If you want to get really tricky, resample them chords on MPC and pitch it up 6 plus 6 and sample that pitched up Rhodes into the P6. Go to the blank MPC stereo group. Okay, yeah. So pitch it up. You saying pitch up. This is an instrument in here. I'd have to sample that instrument that I recorded and then pitch it up. You know, I hope that Kai eventually allows us to like freeze and flatten, kind of like in a DAW, you freeze and flatten a sample and then pitch it up because that would make it so much easier. Instead of having to record this to an audio, you just freeze and flatten. One button, press it, done. Anyway, that's just a thought. But that's cool. I'm going to start messing with that. As soon as I get this sampling down and I start learning how to chop, then I'm going to start messing with the other cool stuff you can do. I like to get, even if I don't make a full beat on this thing, if I could just get it as a starter and learn the 4 or 5 techniques that I want to use this for, that'd be pretty cool. Do you know roughly how much extra sample time you get with that? With the pitch up? I imagine, and I don't know for a fact, I can't speak on this, but I imagine you would get almost double the time or close to it, at least another bar or two, right? If you pitch it up and then throw it in. But anyway, that's just me talking, not knowing. Oh, here's the other question. How do you stop a sample? Oh, you have to put a gate on. Tripping. Just like SP, I'm tripping. All right, so let's say I want to play this sample on here with these drums. Which it keeps removing my drums. And I think I saw DiBiase do this too, if I'm not mistaken. But it would be cool if, let's say, on this particular bank, I want just this one bar. Maybe on another one I want a bar, but then on one of the banks I want 4 bars. I don't think you can do it. I'm not sure 100%, but I don't feel like you can do it because I need the pianos to be able to go for 4 bars. And P-6 menu SCH is channel 1. Oh, okay. So I can set, you saying set the channel so that it doesn't play. Let me take a look at that since you said it. I want to do it while you said it. Let's see. Okay, that's sync. SCH. So it's set on channel 11 currently. If I set it on 1, is it better? And then ACH, you're saying, so exit there. ACH, that's G. 15. All right. So I'm going to do what you say on those settings because I know you know your stuff. So that's for sure. For sure. Okay. So I want this to be 4 bars. I'm just curious, is that possible when I have another pattern going at just 1 bar? So I know if you go, well, I don't know, but if you hit shift, oh, it's pressing that key. This is what confuses me. So the step loop that exists down here, I thought that was where I need to be to make everything work. I guess I thought wrong, but anyway, so I have this pattern here, right? I got these little shakers and stuff going over here. And up here, I want to use these chords. Shift and play button. Okay, so that's pattern. So I'm in, then turn the knob. Oh, okay, that's for the duplicate or duplicate. So if I want to duplicate a pattern, okay, perfect. Okay, so here's the other thing though. Why is that doing that still? So till duplicate, turn the knob, till duplicate, press enter. So it's only duplicating the pattern that I'm actually on, correct? So if I'm on, or is that actually adding more, lengthening the 64 bars? Okay, so if I'm on this pattern here, I hit this. Oh, that's the wrong thing. See right here where it shows this pattern? These different settings. I don't even know what I did there. Just 64 set, right? 64 is the max. But let's say, all right, let's say I want these drums are only 1 bar. You're saying I need to do all of it at 64 and then just duplicate the other parts. That's basically what you're saying? So this part I need to duplicate and then hit enter. Done. So now I have 2. If I hit enter again, is it okay? Now it's full. Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, hit enter until you get it full to where you have 64. Now go up to your other bank. Well, let's exit out of here first. Go up to this bank and just put the pattern on there. Oh wait, gotta turn off gate. There it is. These horns don't impress me, but it's synthesized horns. So what am I saying? I already know that. kind of going into it. What's up, Jim? Good to see you. Hyde F84, good to see you. Push the button, man. I love that name. Good to see you. Oh, you got yours yesterday. Congratulations. Hey, man, listen. DiBiase is the man. Let's be honest. He is that guy. Especially when it comes to like the TE stuff and how he works it. He's straight. Yeah, for me, honestly, it's the little things of learning this machine, and the manual is like it's not bad. It's just unless you read the one that actually matches what you see here, it can be quite confusing. And there's so many shift combos. Now I did the SP 404. I'm fine with that. Like I learned that, and I pretty much knew how to do everything I needed. But this one is definitely I feel a little bit more difficult. But the sound in it is so good. It kind of just makes you want to keep fighting. You got to fight for it. But yeah, DiBiase, I'm sure if I took a course of yours, I'd be set. I mostly need, honestly, yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, hopefully have it in no time. And I thank you again for all your help too. And I'm sure everybody here, if you haven't subbed him, you know what to do. Go sub DiBiase and check him out on his channel too. Because we all be chiming in for your channel. Yeah, the fight is real, but you got to keep on fighting. That's the truth, man. It is definitely a battle with this little guy, but the sound is so good that it's just like, it's worth the fight. I ain't gonna lie to you. It is worth the fight. And that's how I felt with the SP. And then when I got good at the SP, I was like, oh man, like it felt good. It felt like I accomplished something. Whereas with the MPC, as soon as I get on it, like I instantly kind of know how the MPC works. It's very much like a DAW at this point. So it's not super hard to figure it out. There's a few little things that you got to learn in the sample stuff, but the Roland stuff do be challenging you. Oh no, you good, Hyde. I appreciate you stopping in. Yeah, we all in a fight together to get this, man. But I'm just happy that I actually learned how to duplicate the bars quicker because I thought I was about to be menu diving for real, and that's pretty fast. That sounds so good. You can't even really understand the sound watching a YouTube video until you get it in your hands, how good it really sounds. And it's funny because I got like I said, the MPC has Air Lo-Fi. There's other plugins out there that do the sample rate reduction stuff. But it's something about this one. Even the MPC, even the SP404 don't sound as good as this for some reason. I mean, it sounds good. Oh, press the lo-fi button? Yeah, I'll do that right now. Dang it, man, that sounds even better. I don't know why it's still triggering. It's still triggering the MPC, which is crazy. Hold on. Okay, there we go. For some reason, when I'm on certain channels on there, it triggers it. And now the next step will be to chop this thing up, right? Chop up and play it back in different patterns and stuff like that. I still got to learn the little small chops where you do and then the mic. What is it? Not the micro chops, the step chopping or whatever. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, man, there's a lot to like about it. The sound is the biggest thing, though. If it sounds good, you'll want to use it more. If you hold the shift and lo-fi, press enter. Shift and lo-fi, press enter. Oh, I can adjust the amount. That's right. I forgot about that. So maybe bring it down. Let's try 50. Low. Oh, you got gas over the MPC. Man, MPC 37 is pretty amazing. I went away from using. This is like the alias part of it, huh? I like it right around there, around 60. That sounds good. The MPC, oh, it's amazing, man. You can, I mean, listen. So let me. This was done in this, and then the keys were in here. All I did was record straight from here, directly in. And this was before I knew what DiBiase showed me, which is just using the USB. I just recorded it straight out in here, and it still sounds. I'm just saying, it sounds really dang good. I mean, for what it's worth. But this is interesting how it cuts the drums out, right? So where's the drum track? Maybe because I'm in there? All my drums keep disappearing. You see that? Bad typing. No, it's all good. So my drums keep disappearing. Where are they? That's something that's a little frustrating. I made all these patterns and then it disappears on me. So I have to go back and redo a pattern with it. You have to almost like record that part in, and then so that you have it somewhere to be able to access it again. Because for some reason it keeps removing it. So I'm not sure why that's happening. To save, yeah. So shift right? I think that's what Ali told me, is do shift right. All right, catch you later, Ali. Appreciate you. Looking forward to your next video too. If you haven't signed up for Ali Star's stuff, that man be putting some stuff together. Check him out. Sign up for his YouTube channel. Yeah, the 37 key is nice, man. It's not super big. It's about half the size of the 61. If you've ever seen the 61 in stores, it takes up some space. So this is like half that size. And honestly, it's enough keys to do your chords, your bass lines, your everything on. So it's plenty good. Shift right. Yeah. So I'm realizing that now. So I'm going to do that right now. Just hit shift right, enter. Because if you don't, for some reason, it's losing parts. And I'm like, I'm not sure why. I need some like little breaths in there. I would love to put some horns in that. Got to go get some horns from Ableton. Let's grab some horns real quick. Let's see if we can go to another track. Well, so one of the things that's cool about the this is it acts as a MIDI controller too while you're doing this. So you can literally just record straight from your computer right back into here. But for some reason right now, with the P6 acting as the output, I'm not hearing anything for some reason coming into the MPC. So I'm not sure if that messes with it. So I'm gonna switch back to the and see if that helps me any. One thing I can run too is that I can run the P6 into the computer and then send the audio, route the audio back into the MPC. That I know I can do. But the problem right now I'm having is I have the P6 rather set as the audio, so I'm gonna have to go in here and change this so I could actually do the horns. Let's see. Yeah, but where's my horns? Because I'm getting nowhere fast here. So this is into the P. Oh, you know what? Because I need to go menu, preferences, and then set this back. There we go. Now let's see if we can. Yeah, so that's the only issue is you can't have two audio devices going at one time. So to fix that for me, I have to send this thing from instead of using the MPC to make it work. I have to put this into the computer. And that's the only way I can route the sound now like this. Can y'all see this thing still? I'm gonna try to put it up here where it's still visible, maybe. Oops. Now it's trying to act as a MIDI controller again. I gotta figure out why it's doing that. Why is it trying to act as a MIDI controller? Let me see if I can figure that out real quick. Plugins, audio, MIDI. Why is it recognizing this MIDI? Oh, okay, because it's setting as MIDI out. So we'll turn the MIDI out. All we want to do is better hear it through the audio. Oop. All right, let's see if I turn the MIDI off, because it'll act as a MIDI controller too, by the way, in case you didn't know that. Or in case you were wondering that, I should say. And then I have this thing called loop back I told y'all about. And you can go in the loop back and turn it and have it. It should be playing in, but I'm not hearing it. So let's see. How could I make this work? I need the sound to come from the computer, right? So maybe we do this. Grab an audio cable. It's a lot of moving around. I think that thing that Ali got might be the way to go. Use the headphone out into here maybe. And then I need something to go out from. There's a lot of movement going on here, like a routing and stuff. So the P6 does show up in here. Oh, you know what I could do? I know what I could do. In Ableton, in the DAW, you can set the in for the settings to be through my routing system here. Or you could use the P6 itself if you wanted it to be separate so that it doesn't record. So I'm going to use the P6 and I'm going to set up a track in here, an audio track that routes. Yeah, that should be good enough. I might not even need the audio track. Yeah, I do need an audio track. There we go. I'll write that down. Yeah, Paxo Powers is good if you want skins and stuff like that. Well, it's ironic that it says that you're saying that red means charge because it's plugged in to, so it should be charging, but for some reason I think it's not. I think it, excuse me, I think it's not using, it's not charging while it's plugged in. It should be charging while it's plugged in. I think it's hold on, let me save this though so I don't lose it. All done. Okay, so now I think if I hold down this button here, we'll turn it off, turn it back on, and we'll hope for the best. If I unplug it, is it charged? I'm confused on whether it's charging or not. I know the red seems like it'd be like, oh, that's dying, but... And see how I just lost everything? This is what I'm talking about. Oh, maybe I didn't lose it. Okay, let me see. Come up here, settings. Various sources. Nope. Settings. P-6. All right, so it works there. Oh, because it's recording at 44.1. So it's... Okay, got it. No, red means low battery. Yeah, I think it does. I think you're right. It does mean low battery. The problem is, I'm not sure why it's not charging. It should charge whenever it's plugged in to whatever device it's on. It needs to stay orange until it turns green. I thought red means recording. Red means recording. That's funny. Good one, Jim. Nice, nice one. Let's see. Needs to stay. It needs to stay. If you hit the combination before you power on, it will run on battery. Oh, I see what you're saying. So what's the combination I should use then? Oops, I didn't mean to do that. I have to see how to. I have to read the menu on that one. Let you know. Oh, you guys can't even see this thing, huh? Well, thought I was charging here, but obviously I'm not. So I'm gonna pull it back off. But yeah, I'm gonna be ending this video soon. I'm not sure why it's not charging. It's kind of weird. Shift menu. I'll have to look that up why it's not charging. But I will say this is day 2 with this, and mind you, I didn't even have it a full day yesterday, and I'm starting to enjoy it. Mostly because of the sound. Do not buy this if you're thinking like it's the most complete piece of gear you're ever going to have. It's a complementary piece of gear to what you already have. It's not going to beat the sequencer in the SP the ESP in the MPC, but it just won't. It's not on that level. But maybe you need a stronger charger. Well, it should be able to charge off the MacBook, right? The MacBook battery is pretty strong. I mean, I could try. I don't know what else to get stronger than that, but I'm gonna get a longer charger cable, and we'll try a different charger cable to see if that works. Maybe that cable is going bad. I don't know how because it's playing sound through it. Should it be flashing something if it's, or is it just a solid light? Let me grab a battery pack that's a little bit stronger and see if it makes a difference. If you want to use the unit on battery power without drawing power from your iOS device, Turn on the unit. Yeah, hold down. Right, I did that. But battery only mode. Right, I did that. So what I'm trying to figure out is how to get it back charged up if this indicates that it's charging. So I know that part. That's the question I have right now. Is how to get this thing charging. I'll have to look at pull up like I think I bookmarked the Roland thing because it's a pain in the butt to have to keep going back into it. There we go. Um, char. Yeah, I need to figure out battery portions of it, like how that works. Loading samples, backing your samples on a computer, restoring the patterns, backing up patterns, connecting to a MIDI device, connecting to your mobile device. Let's do this. Octave menu. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't really know. I don't really know on the battery thing. I thought it was. It seems like it's not doing well with charging because it shouldn't be. I haven't ran it for 3 hours. I played with it probably on like maybe an hour the other day or so. You would think I'd get more time. Um, you think it's charging? Might turn blue when charged. Is that what the do you, Jim? Do you have any of the other ones? Is that what the other um, compact ones do? Do not use a USB cable that is designed only for charging. Charge cables used for charging only transmit data. Do not use a cable that is designed only for charging. I don't even know what that is. What a cable designed only for charging is. Boy, they really got some interesting stuff in here. Connected to your computer. Use the tempo knob to select off. Press the C exit button twice. Turn the power unit off and then back on. Press the octave plus menu button while holding down shift. I don't know what that's supposed to mean either. This is something different. This can't be for battery. Oh, this is for connected computer. I'm not worried about that. What am I looking at that for? But anyway, the steps to take it out of the battery mode. Oh, reverse the steps. All right, so let's try it. So to reverse the steps, we would go. Or will we go hold it down and then. So now it's charging. So look, when it's off, it must be charging because the light's like yellow looking. Can you see that? Turn it like that. Maybe that's easier for you to see. So maybe that's what it is. It's, I mean, it's when you're in use, it's gonna be draining the battery, obviously. No, not blue, but green. Yeah, I think I remember seeing it green. So if you look at it now, it's like a yellowish green. I'm gonna say that's yellow. It looks more yellow to me than green, but it's that yellow. So when it's a green, it must be a fully charged. But this video, I'm gonna end this anyway very soon. I'm gonna let this thing charge and see what it does. I'll get back to you on that battery thing to see. Enjoyed the stream. Thanks everybody for stopping in. DiBiase, Ali, Star, Jim, Crazy Wabbit, Push the Button Man, and um, Hyde F84. Appreciate you. Who else stopped in? Meerkat, thank you so much. I'll see you around probably more often on, or at least on the Discord. I see you often. Appreciate everybody's time. And it's probably good to get off anyway because I'm sure my phone is going to die at some point, the battery, while I'm recording. I'll keep working on it and we'll get this down, figure out all the little nooks and things that I need to do. I do like using this thing with the MPC. My only issue is that sometimes I just wish they would figure out a way to make it easier to be able to get the samples into that device. I mean, it's easy if you're just doing one shots, but the challenge comes into play when you want to do something bigger than a one shot. It's very challenging. And you got to know your increments as far as like how much to put it on to set it to get the proper bar amount if you're trying to do a perfect loop. But it is fun, a lot of fun, and it's portable. That's the key. Is if you want portability, you cannot beat that for portability. And I haven't even really engaged much with it with as far as to use the koala. So koala with it is going to be really nice. I already know that. You guys, let me know if you get one. I'll be posting more videos as I learn more stuff. I am going to do chopping at some point on the video. I know some guys immediately go into chopping. I wanted to just get into the basis of how do you record with this thing because it is a little more challenging. But I tell you, the sound makes it worth it. So that being said, we're going to get off. Thank you everybody for stopping in, and I'm out.